11 Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Good evening! Raleigh, North Carolina is the scene. The SFL is live on 11 Sports Next, and we are here for action. Football is on the horizon. It's the Houston Hyenas in town to take on the Carolina Skyhawks. With Stephen Hacker in the booth. Stephen, how you doing? Or excuse me, Dan. Dan Mitchell's with me. Dan, how are you?
You know, I'm great, Andy. I'm really excited to see this game today between two teams. Houston, who's coming off a great win against Charleston, and Carolina, who's yet to get a win, so I know they're hungry.
Defenses are the powerhouse for both teams. Houston has the best defense in the SFL, Carolina the fourth best. Both have two quarterbacks with very, very similar numbers. One is a third-year veteran, one is a rookie, and we are getting ready for action. It's the SFL on 11 Sports Next, and we are prepared to bring you quite the game between two teams who, like you said, Dan, are very hungry for a win. Kickoff is next here in Raleigh, North Carolina. For the Carolina Skyhawks, they might be the best team with no victories on their slate so far. Dan, what would they need to do today in order to get their first win?
Well, Andy, as you were just saying, both quarterbacks have very, very similar stats, even though one is a rookie and one is a three-year veteran. Carolina really just needs to up their production. Their halfback has not been producing as much as Houston's with Warren Murray, so we got to see Randy Mercury get out. And both teams signing a new tight end this week. We have to see how they implement them and if they go about it in a new fashion, changing up their playbook just for these new players.
Carolina will receive the opening kick, and we are underway here at David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium. Return for the Skyhawks is a good one out to the 30, and that is where we'll get a first look at the Skyhawks offense.
We're going to see Sully Richardson, as we were just talking, come out with Randy Mercury halfback, fullback Tony Zuma, wide receivers Dupree Hudson and Harish Prasad, and their brand new rookie tight end Jack Flash.
This offense has leaned heavily on Dupree Hudson in the passing game, along with trying to get some screens to Randy Mercury, but it's really been Harish Prasad who has scored all of the touchdowns for Carolina via the air, 5 of which coming from him, and they hit him there on that first down play.
Yeah, Harish Prasad coming right down the middle. You saw him cross over a bit so he could come into the catch. You know, he already has, as you just said, 5 touchdowns with 312 receiving yards with 10.4 yards per reception. He is producing.
It'll be a new set of downs at the 41. The give is to Mercury, and Mercury will pick up 2. And that has been something I know Carolina has tried to get more involved with, is the running game.
Yeah, Mercury has been coming out. He's doing his job when he's picking up a few yards, maybe a first down here and there. I like utilizing him on the first down to see what he can get. And if they go to the air game here, I think it'd be a great balance.
Sully Richardson, 4th pick of the draft, 6'3", 215 pounds, will take the snap and look to throw. And that is a first down completion to the 49. The catch is made in the middle of the field there by, I believe that is the new tight end, Jack Flash.
Yes, that would be his first reception, and it is for a first down. Congratulations, Jack Flash. That is a great way to start out your career as we're seeing the countdown from the field.
On the right side is how many players have gone from couch to the field immediately, 2 of which are playing in this game, both tight ends. And the give here is to Mercury, who makes a man miss and gets out a 9-yard pickup. That's a little bit more of what you'd like to see from Randy Mercury.
Yeah, Randy Mercury, before this game, had 371 rushing yards on his 122 carries. He only was averaging 3.0 yards per carry, but if we see him get involved more, maybe play up a bit, you know, you saw the juke, some fast plays, you can see him get some more production.
3 wide receivers out there for Richardson. Gives to Mercury again off the left-hand side with some blocks. A little stutter and go. And Randy Mercury is out to the 25 with some speed.
Andy, I think we're seeing a brand new Randy Mercury right here. You know, you see the tight end get involved a bit with the blocks, which may be a big key for him. And you saw him with the great stutter step, which is just pointing to some great awareness of the field.
I would be remiss to say that we have if I didn't say that we have Mark Lopez on our stats, and he is doing a superb job. 3 carries, 26 yards for Randy Mercury on this new set of downs, and that is complete on the left-hand side. Good for a 7-yard pickup. Jack Flash again getting involved early.
You know, I'm loving to see this. They're already implementing their new tight end. They're trusting him. He's already gone down the middle. He's gone off to the side now. You know, Sully is just connecting with this brand new rookie.
For any of you at home who want to get on the field and be one of these players, you can do so after that offsides penalty by Randy Mercury will pick up a new set of downs. You can go from hashtag couch to field. You just have to visit simulationfl.net, join our Discord server. There you can post a check-in each week, which will increase your value for your first contract. Your next opportunity will be this Wednesday to sign, but you can get in the channel today. Just introduce yourself in the introductions channel, read through how the league works, and ask any questions you have. And we will be there to respond as well as say hello. So hop on into the Discord if you want to be one of the players like Jack Flash, who hops right on to one of these brand new teams. Here for Richardson, gives to Mercury again off the left-hand side. Mercury angles inside, picks up 5 to the 7.
You know, Andy, I'm loving to see how they're implementing Mercury on this first down. They're seeing what he can pick up, so they open up the plays later on for this drive. You know, Carolina is driving. They're really showing a new sense of worth and self-improvement. I'm loving to see it. New rookie, new plays, brand new team.
Halfway through the season, it is a new Carolina Skyhawks team. They give to Mercury, and that is not Mercury, excuse me. The backup was in Jarrett Grimes, and Grimes will bring it down to the 4. So 3rd and 2, an important third down play here on this opening drive.
Yeah, this can really set the tone for this entire game. They're on their 3rd down and 2. They're on the 4. You know, what are they going to do? They have plenty of options with their new tight end or just giving it to Mercury.
And defense out of the Houston Hyenas, the best defense in the SFL. Mercury, they throw, and that is caught for the first down. No, he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina Skyhawks. What a throw to Dupree Hudson. Sully Richardson puts it right on a line, and the Skyhawks get 6 points on their opening drive.
That was a foot right in the entire time. You know, that was some mind games, I think, by Carolina, as you see him throw off to Dupree Hudson, who we've yet to see make a catch this game. You know, just a short little toss and grab for the touchdown. Great start by Carolina. I loved how they were mixing up their plays and keeping Houston on their toes.
I talked about how Dupree Hudson was more of a finisher, Harish Prasad was more of the finisher. Dupree Hudson, though, the leading receiver for the Skyhawks, but there it's Hudson who finishes off that drive. Extra point is up and good. We'll take a break. We'll be right back on the 11 Sports Network. It's the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music. In Raleigh, North Carolina, 10 plays, 67 yards, results in a 4-yard touchdown pass to Dupree Hudson, and the 0-6 Carolina Skyhawks drive right down the field on the best defense in the SFL, and now Houston has their chance to answer, and they might answer right away. The return is across the 50. It's a foot race now, and no one is going to catch him. The Houston Hyenas are adding points right away. Josh Fed answers back with a return touchdown for 6.
Well, Andy, I mean, if Carolina wants to score in their first drive, Houston's like, well, You know, we got the best defense, but let's add a little bit more on special teams. As you see, Josh Fed just dodging and weaving and weaving and dodging and playing footsies with the Carolina team in general and just runs all the way through. We're having a huge splash game when we have two of the best defenses, you know, number 1 and number 4, and we're just starting out with some mad scoring out here.
Chat to the right reacting to the way that return went. If you want to get involved with the chat, you can head over to twitch.tv/11sportsnext. There, all of our fans and players alike are all chatting and letting each other know how the game is going, and you can be a part of that conversation too. You can also be part of the conversation on our Discord channel and become a player yourself. You could be Josh Fed, who just returned that kick for a touchdown. We'll talk about an answer there, Dan. They came right down the field. They took no plays on the offensive side of the ball, but responded with a return touchdown.
Well, I mean, when you just get it straight from the kick, you don't really need the offense to even go on the field. So, I mean, hopefully we'll get to see Houston on the field eventually, but right now it's right back to Carolina.
And Carolina will bring this one out to the 31, so no rest for the Wicked. Sully Richardson and the offense right back out, and the same thing for the Houston team. They put this stacked defense right back out on the field. Chad Tackle, Mike Johnson, BJ Loveless, and Rodney Panini are the linebackers. Aiden Davis and Everett Garrison, two great cornerbacks for the Hyenas, and the safeties, Anthony Wyo, along with the Hall of Famer, Eddie Two Scoops Gage, right back out on the field after giving up 67 yards on the opening drive. Richardson flares it out to the fullback. That is caught, and Tony Zoma will not get many yards. He will just get back to the line of scrimmage. Aiden Davis was right there.
Yeah, they tried to check it right out to Tony Zoma, but as you said, Aiden Davis sort of read it coming off from the back, going to the side, and there wasn't much they could do there. Let's see if they can respond differently on this second play.
Really been as involved as I'm sure Carolina would have liked to have got him when he came into this season, a week 2 rookie signing. It's in the backfield. Houston brought the pressure and they got to him. Mike Fats Johnson is there for the sack.
Yeah, right there. That would be Mike Johnson's first sack of his season so far coming in, and now we're seeing Houston's number 1 defense showing up.
Chad Tackle on the right there, obviously the leader in sacks for the team with 7, but nice combination there with Fats getting 1. Richardson fires on 3rd and 13, turning upfield. Oh, he's a yard shy. Harish Prasad, all of the effort went into that play from Prasad. It's an out route, and he turns up and couldn't get there.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you have someone like Harish Prasad, who you can always rely on, he almost got there, but the sack putting them back just enough when they're inches off. I mean, it's too early in the game to really go for it unless you're going to play some timeout mind games.
They will bring on the punting unit, so the Houston defense gets a stop at the Carolina 41. It'll be 4th and inches, and Carolina will boot the ball back, and unless we have a return, they will most likely bring out the Houston offense for the first time today. Kick is away. It will be hauled in, returned off to the right side by Fed, and he was going the wrong way. We will take a break and be right back. It's the SFL presented by APM Music live on 11 Sports. Back here, David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium. The Houston Hyenas offense is on the field, and I think the X factor for them, Dan, is going to be Warren Murray.
Oh, definitely. Warren Murray already has 649 yards on the season, 129 attempts, but we're seeing a check out.
Check out to Murray. He will pick up 2 there, tackled by Shravan Prasad, and they will chat a little bit as Warren Murray heads back to the huddle, excuse me.
Yeah, as we continue on, talk about Warren Murray. He has 5.0 yards per carry, and he has 5 touchdowns, but he gets involved in the reception game and the throwing game a bit with 97 receiving yards.
2nd and 8 from the Houston 24. Kentez Johnson to pass. Fires down the right-hand side. Tipped up and incomplete. Well defended for the Skyhawks. That was Daniel Pruitt.
Yeah, real large drop right there by Kentez Johnson. You saw the full 7-step, but Pruitt was really grabbing that as the ball was thrown just a tiny bit short as it was going for number 84.
Yeah, looking for Josh Fed. Excuse me, had the big play on the kickoff return. They're trying to get him involved in the offense as well. But it'll bring up this 3rd and 8. Important first drive for this Houston offense. Kentez Johnson, the third-year quarterback, will take a drop. Johnson slings it, and it is complete, but brought down a yard shy of the first down is Leroy Brown.
Yeah, it was a good play going off the side, but the ball was a little thrown off, or Leroy just didn't get off to the side enough, so he had to really just extend all the way, dropping his momentum and ending it in 4th down.
So the Houston offense, first time out on the field, is shut down by this Carolina Skyhawks defense. And the Skyhawks have the 4th best defense in the league coming into the game. And they do a good job there. As you can see on the right-hand side, the chat is going. Everyone is involved. New user HBL XXX. We are welcoming him in the chat there. That is twitch.tv/11sportsnext if you want to be part of the conversation for this game between Carolina and Houston.
Yeah, really make sure you get involved. Anyone is welcome, and make sure you join the Discord too after you watch.
Split backs, the 3rd drive for this Carolina offense. They have gone 1 for 2 in touchdowns, and they go for a first down throw there, complete across the right-hand side to Dupree Hudson.
Yeah, Dupree Hudson taking a hit like a champ. He grabbed that forward progress. He passed the first down, but just gets absolutely thrown back even a few yards. Dupree Hudson already has the 14 yards on this game so far, and both of the wide receivers of Carolina are producing.
Yeah, and Jack Flash, the new Week 7 signing, has been producing as well. Richardson will deliver this one to Hudson again on the outside. Pickup of 3 right on the Carolina Skyhawks bench in front of head coach James Klein.
Not a bad first down play. I really like how Carolina is taking this first down slow and easy, picking up a few yards there just to set themselves up for an easier 2nd and 3rd down.
2nd and 7, 3 spread out for the Carolina in a spread formation. Give to Mercury, and he is crushed. Houston waited no time there. Lovelace right up the middle for the tackle.
Yeah, BJ Lovelace coming out already. He has 51 total tackles on the season and 1 tackle for loss. He is not someone you want to see coming your way. The 6'2", 245-pound inside linebacker.
Spread formation here. 4 wideouts out for Sully Richardson and the Carolina Skyhawks. Short drop, throwing the out route at the top of the screen is caught and tackled shy of the line to gain. Good play there by Everett Garrison to prevent the first down.
Yeah, it's really showing up Houston's defense. They know, and they're reading these plays so well. Carolina seemingly likes to go out the side with these side routes and out routes for their receivers, but now they got to punt it away.
Offense on the field, 4th and 2. Will they snap it? James Klein has put the offense back out on the field here. Short yardage. From here, it would be a 60-yarder, so they're not going to attempt that. They will burn a timeout. Tried to get Houston to jump off sides, but a veteran defense from the Hyenas doesn't budge.
Yeah, when you're trying to make the number 1 defense in the league budge, you're playing a very hard game right there, Andy.
James Klein, a veteran owner in the SFL, along with Damon Simeon, 2 very, well-versed coaches in terms of seeing a lot of situational football and understanding what to do in each situation. And James Klein tries to pull Houston off sides there. Doesn't quite work, and they will punt it away. Great punt, angled down the left-hand side. Will go down for a fair catch at the 11.
Yeah, we're seeing some harder starting yardage right here. We have to see if Houston's offense can commit from the 11. You know, we've seen them only really come out for the one receiving touchdown, after the receiving touchdown, my bad. And now we have to see him count and see if Carolina can put a stop to him.
If you're just tuning in, Houston had a return touchdown on their first return of the game. Oh, a penalty here. Kentez Johnson gets sacked. I'm not sure what that was. Might have been offsides.
I saw something down by the left-hand side, but I'm not sure what happened.
Neutral zone infraction, number 93.
It is going to be offsides on Carolina, so it'll be a 5-yard pickup and a first down for the Houston Hyenas. They're going to call Christopher Colon, and now's a good a time as any to introduce you to this full Carolina Skyhawks defense. Phil Hall and Colon are the two defensive tackles. DJ Majesty and Shravan Prasad are the linebackers. Zane Doty, the cornerback for the Skyhawks. Rochelle Colston and Tristan Hatley are the safeties. Handoff here to Warren Murray. Murray getting going, and Murray is out across the 25 to the 27.
You know, that's what we're expecting right there out of Warren Murray. You know, when you have someone like him who's just picking up great yards this season so far. He can run down right down the middle. You see he had all the blocks in the world and didn't hit anything to the secondary, but great job by the secondary really cleaning him up there.
Murray, one of the better backs in the league, long time, 4th season in the SFL, 6'2", 218 pounds, and has been a top 10 back all season. They will give it to him again off the left-hand side with a blocker, and he will pick up 9 to the 37.
You know, I really thought he got another first down right there, but I guess he fell just short. Great play. We're really seeing Warren Murray open up, and I'm hoping we see Carolina adapt to it better.
End of the first quarter, 7-all. Carolina and Houston locked in a grudge match. It's the SFL presented by APM Music. A Simulation Football League broadcast on 11 Sports is presented by APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House. brought to you in part by Fuel Beyond Imagination. Visit the all-new SFLinteractive.net today. By Matt Doyle Designs, the official branding partner of the SFL, and by MediaTek Institute. Turn your passion into your profession. Aerial shots brought to you by AirViews, united by drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage, AIRVUZ.com. Back here in David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium, new drive for the Houston Hyenas, 2nd and inches for them. And we have not seen much of this Houston offense or this Carolina defense. The first handoff goes to Murray, and he is dropped in the backfield by Prasad. But Dan, I want to talk about both teams on the offense and the defensive side have some new faces.
Oh, definitely. On Houston, they have the new tight end who we were talking about at the beginning, Dante Woodson, and then who we haven't seen get involved yet. And then Carolina has Jack Flash, who we have 14 yards, and Rochelle Colson, who has 1 tackle, the new free safety from the Carolina defense.
Montez fires, and that is incomplete. Little bit of a dangerous throw across the middle. Carolina had a guy right there ready to make the play, DJ Majesty, who has won a championship before.
Yeah, DJ Majesty already coming out this season with 51 total tackles and 2 sacks. It's rare to see him get there by the passing game, but he's showing up and has that presence known.
That will end the drive for the Houston Hyenas offensively. They have struggled in their 2 outings so far. They will punt back to the Skyhawks. Will be brought by Prasad. A couple spin moves, and he gets out to the 35. Some good starting field position for Carolina.
Yeah, 35, it's a great place. Carolina has been shown so far this game that they can get down the field, but after the first 2 scores, Andy, we've really been seeing what I expected of a defensive game.
A new set of downs for the Carolina Skyhawks offense. Sully Richardson, a perfect 9 for 9 so far today for 1 touchdown and 58 yards. He fires and is 10 for 10, finding Harish Prasad to the 49.
I mean, when you have someone like Harish Prasad, who you see go out the side and cut down the middle, it's just a beautiful catch by him, eventually being brought down by number 44, the cornerback, Everett Garrison. But I really want to talk about these drives. You see Carolina with their first drive, 67 yards. Houston had the return touchdowns, but after that, it's just 9-9, 18, 23, 14. No production out of anyone. The defense is really showing up.
Twins formation here. Richardson fires, and that is the first incompletion for Sully Richardson. Rodney Panini had the hand on it.
Yeah, Rodney Panini doing a spin move right there. It looked like a little pirouette in ballet and just knocking it down.
If you want to go from your couch to the field or your bar seat or wherever you are watching the SFL, you can visit simulationfl.net, join our Discord server. You can do that on a PC or a phone. And there you can post a check-in every Wednesday, which increases your player values. And you can get on the field as early as next week if you join by Wednesday. Handoff here to Mercury with some room. Mercury will get out to the 47. It looked like his blocker there had fallen down, Dan.
Yeah, I believe it was Jack Flash. I didn't get a great look, but you saw him sort of just fall away and making Mercury get tackled by the defender right behind him. But we see him on the 3rd and 6 now.
Formation, 2 backs in the backfield. Richardson will dump it out to Zoma, and Zoma will pick up a yard, but that is well short of the first down needed. Rodney Panani was right there, and the Carolina Skyhawks drive, which had a lot of promise off of a couple throws, is going to fall flat.
Well, you're seeing the great catch by Harish Prasad, but after that, Houston really just shut him down by some great pass deflections and then really reading both Mercury and Tony Zoma.
And it looks like, to me, it ends up, really just showing out between these two defenses. Both offenses have had a little momentum, but really the defense is just dominating, as this is a beautiful punt and is actually going to be down right at the 3-yard line. Carolina special teams making a good play.
Yeah, Andy, we saw the other punt earlier that was a bit farther back, but that's because it went off to the side, which is some great position for them. And now we see them at the 3. Carolina's really pinning Houston back, which is making this large offensive push against the 4th best defense in the league that much harder.
And this is where Phil Hall and Christopher Colon, the two defensive linemen for the Skyhawks, might make an impact, but an offsides play will spring Warren Murray, and it'll be a first down and 5 free yards for the Hyenas.
Yeah, this is the 3rd penalty we've seen this game so far. It really seems just off the walls with the penalty.
Number 77, defense.
And there is Stripes giving the call, so it'll be a first down. The penalty actually called there on Bo Rivers Monroe, the defensive end. We've seen him in his SFL career make a couple plays, but there he is tabbed for the offsides, and it'll give Kentez Johnson and the Houston offense a little bit of breathing room here. Another point that I want to make, Dan, we haven't heard much out of DR Sim, the Hall of Fame wide receiver, 6'3", 215 in his 9th career season with in the SFL, most of which with Houston, as they give to Murray there for 4.
Yeah, DR Sim, who we really haven't seen all game at all. He has 1 target, but no reception so far. He has 544 receiving yards on the season with 4 touchdowns. We'd expect to see a bit more out of him, but we'll have to see.
On pace for a 1,000-yard year if he can just keep that up. Hand off Murray off the right-hand side, and they ran a little power play, and it is good for the first down to the 14.
Well, when you're playing that right down the middle, you expect that first down.
Upcoming broadcasts on 11 Sports. You can stay tuned today. We have games at 7:30 and 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Baltimore and Sioux Falls, Queen City and Vancouver. And then tomorrow night at 7, a doubleheader with one of the games being on Twitch, as well as a game later in the evening, too. Kentez Johnson fires there. Josh Fed, first down to the 25.
Yeah, some great mixing up. They keep giving it to Murray back to back to back, who, he already has a good amount of yards in this game, picking up that first down, which was crucial. Now we're giving it to Josh Fed to mix things up. But I would love to see, the new tight end and DR Sim, who we've yet to see catch a ball.
Dante Woodson, the Week 7 rookie signing, went from couch to field within a span of a couple weeks, and you can do the same by joining our Discord channel, simulationfl.net. You can see the chat with all the players to the right. BJ Loveless, Lloyd Graham, Aiden Davis is in there, along with Harish Prasad. I saw Damon Simeon earlier, along with Eddie Gage. So lots of players, both in this game and outside of this game, watching and enjoying, along with Rochelle Colston. So some really exciting conversation about the game, and you can join that by heading over to twitch.tv/11sports next. Kentez Johnson gives to Murray on the outside, and Murray walloped.
Andy, I thought that was more of a overhead punch more than a tackle right there. That looked like very arms outstretched, ready to, pile drive someone.
Well, with SFL rules, we give everyone the opportunity to make the big hit. We are open to a lot of aggression. Throw there, incomplete, just outside of the outstretched arms of DR Sim, and it's 4th and 4. What do you think about the play, Dan?
It was a nice pass it was a nice play down the middle, my bad. But the little sidewinder pass Kentez Johnson tried to throw was a little hard to catch right there for DR Sim. And, now they have to punt it away. It seems like people are really trying new things this game, which is very interesting to see, but we're seeing a real mix around no scores. The defense is holding up hard.
So Houston ends another drive with a stalled forward progression, and they will have to kick it away. Harish Prasad will bring it out to the 37. 7-all knotted up here in Carolina. It's the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music. David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium, Raleigh, North Carolina. And we see there that Sully Richardson is going to lead the offense for the Skyhawks back out. Randy Mercury dots the I with Tony Zuma on the right. They will give to Mercury, who has some room and is able to pick up 9. And I tell you what, Dan, that Sully Richardson throw, he has been superb tonight. And coming into the game, him and Kentez had very similar numbers.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Sully Richardson and Kentez Johnson, Sully with 52 yards ahead of him, not that big of a difference. They have a QBR of only 0.4 of a difference. That's super similar. It's an 8-12 touchdown to interception with Kentez Johnson and a 7-12 with Sully Richardson. They are just super similar, but right now, Sully is outplaying Kentez Johnson by a mile.
Hand off Mercury, and he is shut down in the backfield. Panani making his impact known early in this game, has been in the backfield wrecking havoc.
Oh, yeah, he already has 3 tackles so far and a pass deflection. When the outside linebacker is playing that well this early, it's going to be a good day for the defense.
Important 3rd and 1 at the 46, and Mercury will not get there. Tackle made on the outside. I believe that is Aiden Davis, the rookie.
Yeah, Aiden Davis coming out big already. But I want to talk about these drives that have been going on so far. Besides the first 2 point-scoring drives, nothing's been above 27 yards, which Houston had, and Carolina had 26. So they're averaging only about 26.5 yards right there, and they can't do anything past that.
Return taken to the 20, and we will step aside for a game break with Commissioner Cameron Irvine.
Thank you, Andy. If you missed it earlier today, Reggie Streeter breaks an all-time rushing record in the SFL that stood for over 3 years. 425 yards today as London beat New Orleans 59-44. Seattle, Mexico City, and Denver also with wins here in Week 7. Back to Mark, Dan, and Andy in Carolina.
So some big rushing numbers earlier in the day for Reggie Streeter, and we bring it back to Warren Murray and his rushing numbers. 7 attempts, 32 yards. That's around 4.5 yards per carry, Dan.
Oh, yeah, they're already coming out big. I mean, got to give it to him. He's making production right there for his team and Houston.
4-3 look out of the Carolina defense. 2 safeties playing deep. They will give to Murray. Murray gets through the first wave and is out to the 29, 1 yard shy.
As we were just talking about stats, Andy, I would like to throw a shout out to our statsman on the game right now, Mark Lopez. Remember, you can join the stats team too to get involved with the broadcast and see what's behind the scenes. Just remember to contact Mark Lopez on the Discord page.
David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium has risen to their feet for 3rd and 1, and it is a stop in the backfield. Carolina got there quickly and made the play. It was the outside linebacker, Willie Van Dyke.
Yeah, you saw him come right down the middle right there. Almost looked like he was going to go right for the quarterback, but instead turned right off to Warren Murray and just put him down. Another stop so early in this drive.
And Houston will punt it back to this Carolina offense. Drove right down the field on their opening drive, got 7 points to Dupree Hudson. Since then have struggled against this number 1 ranked Houston Hyenas defense. Looking here at the points per game, Carolina 19th in the SFL, Houston 15th, and they have really brought this defensive powerhouse to the forefront, Dan?
Oh, definitely. I mean, when you have the first and the 4th defenses in the league, you're expecting a defensive game, and besides the first 2 scores, that's what we've been seeing. I think it's really going to take a huge splash play for someone to get another score.
And the 4th least points allowed for Houston, but Carolina firing down the field to Harish Prasad now is down to the 41, and Harish Prasad does a little dance.
I mean, when you have one of the biggest catches in this game so far, you deserve a little dance right there, Harish. And, that's what exactly Carolina needs to do. They've been putting a stop right now to Randy Mercury, and, they really got to do something. So they just took a chance, threw it a little deep, and Harish Prasad coming up and doing what he does best.
Harish has a few more moves on the field than he does have off the field. It was nice meeting him at the SFL convention earlier this year in Atlanta, and we look forward to hopefully having him at wherever the next convention is, along with the rest of you. Sully Richardson hits Harish out there for 6. 2-minute warning at the end of the second quarter. 2 minutes to go. It's the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. In Raleigh, North Carolina, we want to talk about Anthony Wyo, free safety coming over from Las Vegas and Tallahassee. First year with Houston. 5 tackles today, Dan.
Oh, yeah, 5 tackles. I mean, here has 39 total tackles, 6 back deflections, and 1 interception on the season. We're seeing Mercury just running.
Randy Mercury, full head of steam, forward to the 24. And this is what I know James Klein and this Carolina Skyhawks offense has wanted to see out of him.
Oh, yeah, you know, we're seeing a lot more production out of Mercury than we have so far this season. I mean, so far in the season, he has 371 rushing yards on 122 carries. It isn't the best. But, I mean, this game, he already has 46 yards, so he's bumping those numbers up per game right now.
And for any of you who might not follow the league, for comparison, those 371 yards compared to the top 5 rushers, Reggie Streeter, 955 yards, Redford over 800, and Troy Gaines around 700. That was a dangerous throw, and Sully Richardson, who was pressured, is very lucky that it wasn't taken back the other way by Xavier Woods.
Yeah, right there, you saw Sully Richardson panic a bit. At least the panic went out super high and wide, or else someone could have got their hands on it. Good thought by him, even if it was a mistake.
2nd and 10. From the Houston 24. Richardson, 14 of 18. 116.1 so far. Stands in the pocket, fires, and Harish Prasad was waiting for it out of bounds. Aiden Davis on the coverage.
Yeah, that's when you got to look down a little bit, Andy, see where you are on the field, because even if he caught it, it wouldn't matter. Right now, I really want to see them just gain a few yards, because a field goal would be huge right now. Give it to Mercury, see if he can pick up just a little bit closer, and give it to your kicker.
4 spread out here, 3rd and 10. If they don't move an inch, it'll be a 40-yard field goal attempt. But let's see if they can cut into that at all. Richardson stands and throws the out route there, and it looks like they will just cut 3 yards into it. Dupree Hudson with the catch on the sideline.
A little bit tap dance and toe drag swag on the side. Now we see if they want to kick it or they just punt it away. Personally, I'd love to see a kick, you know, go for it. They need the points. They have to change the score. It's been so static this game as we see the kicker come out.
Yeah, these two teams have been locked at 7 since the second drive in the game. For anyone who just tuned in or is just catching up, Carolina drove down the field on their opening drive, put 7 on the board. Houston responded with a kick return touchdown. This kick is blocked! Houston has the block, and they are going to get the ball. Carolina struggles with a low snap, and the Houston Hyenas take advantage.
That's not what you want to see, Andy. That is a heartbreaker, but huge play by Houston. You know, they were going to come up. This game's been locked in score. They could have been up by 3, which any points right now would have been massive, and instead it's blocked, and Houston has the ball all over again.
Hyenas good field position, minute and 13 to work with, along with 3 timeouts. Looking to throw here, deep down the field, take it away! Carolina has the interception and the return down across the 30 to the 31. It's Zane Doty with the pick.
Zane Doty, we haven't called his name all day today. The star cornerback comes in huge, catches the ball, gains another 30-ish yards. My math may be a little off, but that was huge. giving Carolina the ball back and setting them back up, hopefully for some points. That would be Zane Doty's third interception on the season.
Yeah, Zane Doty has been all over the field as a cornerback. The only cornerback for Carolina coming over from Queen City. This is his first season with the Carolina Skyhawks. Richardson fires it out here to Mercury on the left-hand side. Mercury makes one man miss and picks up 6, and now we'll go hurry up. Wide. Houston looks like they're playing the end zone, not necessarily the first down. Flip out to Mercury here again. Good pursuit by the Hyenas. Panani is there to make the tackle. Houston brings 4, has pressure, fires. Harish Prasad with the grab, and Carolina uses a timeout. First and goal from the 5 or 7 yard line.
Right there is the play they needed right there, Andy. The big splash to the person you can trust, Harish Prasad. I mean, he has 85 yards this game so far. They're at the 8 yard line. They have one timeout to work with. We'll see what they can do.
26 seconds left. You would want to throw passes to the back or the sidelines if you can to try and preserve as much of that clock for the potentially 3 attempts, if not 4, that you have. Richardson to throw, fires, end zone, touchdown, Harish Prasad, and the Carolina Skyhawks are back on top.
Well, Andy, it doesn't matter if they need the 3 or 4 attempts because they do it in 1. Right there, you have your finisher, Harish Prasad, coming in huge. That would be his 6th touchdown of the season.
6 touchdowns, 1 per game so far. If he could get 2 today, he would keep that pace of 1 per game. Is halfway there with 1. The touchdown from Sully Richardson is his 2nd on the day. No interceptions for him. A clean slate. He's up and good. Carolina on top 14-7 after a interception. They convert and cash that Zane Doty pick in for points.
That was the splash play Carolina needed to get the points. And, they're hungry for this first victory, and we're seeing a hungry and new Carolina out in this game.
Remember, Josh Fedd had the kickoff return for a touchdown last time Carolina scored. As you see to the right, all the responses from the interception and ensuing touchdown short drive for Carolina. People are ecstatic about that. Because they, are very interested in watching these two teams play. Houston trying to keep themselves in the playoff conversation. A win here would go a long way for that. And Carolina not necessarily out of it, but a win here would be pretty important in order to get back into even being considered for that. 4-3 look out of the Skyhawks. Here is Kentez, was immediately pressured and was able to flip it out to Murray. Murray with a spin move, and he got the first down to the 38. And we'll see if they get a playoff here or if they burn a timeout. Seconds, and Kentez Johnson will take the timeout at the 38.
Well, they got about 1 play left, Andy. Let's see what they can do. They could just trick it out or just burn the clock. No real loss here no matter what happens. They just got to get back in the locker room as we're seeing Damon Simeon come out and talking to his player. See what they can do on this 3 seconds. Come out big or just burn it out. Go to the locker room, figure yourself out, and see what they can do the second half.
Kentez Johnson, 5 of 9 for 34 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception today. Might be better to just hand it off to Warren Murray and let him take this thing to the half. We'll see what they do here with 3 seconds to go. They will give to Murray up the middle. Murray will shake his way out to the 44, and that will end the first half of play. The home team, Carolina Skyhawks, on top 14-7 over the Houston Hyenas. And I think it's mostly because of the Sully Richardson play.
Almost definitely. Sully Richardson coming out huge this game so far.
They have dedicated an aerial attack. 19 of 22 is Sully Richardson, as you see there, for 141 yards. Harish Prasad, the leading receiver for the Skyhawks. Randy Mercury actually out rushing. Warren Murray 54 to 43, and those numbers tell a tall tape, Dan.
Oh, definitely. We're seeing some real good control by part of this season, coming out huge, which is awesome. I mean, as you just said, Randy Mercury's outrunning Warren Murray, which is not something I think anyone was expecting so far. Carolina, I think, is really balancing out their plays, which they haven't done so far this season as much. And with this tight end, we only saw him a bit in the early game, but I think he's been providing blocks as well, as I've also seen. And that's huge right there. You know, Carolina's coming out. They're coming hungry, and we just have to see if Houston can respond. What do you think, Andy?
I think Houston, if any team has the juice to come back, the Hyenas might be one of them. The Houston team has really shown some defensive prowess to be able to hold Carolina to 14, considering how their offense has worked today. So I wouldn't be surprised to just see their offense get a little something going. I think Kentez Johnson has struggled to this point. And, you know, Warren Murray, though, still over 4 yards to carry. I think that if they want to get back into this game, they're going to have to lean into him more. Would you agree?
I would definitely agree. He's been showing up and producing for Houston so far.
Of 15 yards for Warren Murray. On the receiving end, only one reception by a star player, Leroy Brown, the one catch for 7 yards. They have a couple receptions by other players for 10 yards, and Kentez Johnson 30 yards total as they will kick. Josh Fed to return here as we are underway in the second half. Houston will start at the 29.
Yeah, we got to see Houston really show up. It was seeing Josh Fed, who had the first and only points for Houston with the receiving touchdown.
2 set of downs here for the Hyenas, wearing white with the Red Sox red shoulders against Carolina in the blue with gray pants. Kentez Johnson stands in the pocket, and the pressure got to him. Carolina picks him up for the sack. Bo Rivers Monroe.
Yeah, Bo Rivers coming in and just really working his way around the defense. You see him just run straight around the last defender in front of Kentez Johnson. That really hurts the forward momentum that Houston can get with this new path.
I think if you are Damon Simeon, you maybe aim to get half or a quarter of these yards back here on this play, not the whole thing. But Johnson wants the whole thing, and it's incomplete. Trying to float it over the head of the quarterback, Daniel Pruitt, couldn't quite make it happen.
You know, we saw that earlier, Andy, with Daniel Pruitt stopping the other long pass Kentez Johnson tried to get away with, and we're seeing it again with Carolina's secondary really shutting them down. They go for these long passes.
Which is interesting. Only the 3-star members of the Carolina Skyhawks defense, Zane Doty, Rochelle Colston, and Tristan Hatley, but they have been holding their own today. Johnson on 3rd and 15 fires and completes. DR Sim, he's off to the races. An emphatic touchdown for Houston gets them right back in this game. One play, one catch, one touchdown for Damon Simeon.
You know, that was his first reception this game so far. He's been targeted 4 times, but that was the first one he's actually had a great chance to catch. You see him how he cut off to the side. You see 20 and 22, and Zane Doty 21 as well, but he really cut off from number 20, cut off to the side, grabbed the ball, and just sprinted for his life to that end zone, picking up 75 yards on a single catch. You know, when you're playing against the number 4 defense in the league, you need a giant splash play like that to get something done.
DR Sim comes in and makes a big play, and I think we had talked in the first half about how small his impact was during that first half and how really, you know, Houston's defense will keep them in this game and their offense just needs to find some rhythm. Well, didn't really find much rhythm there, but you found DR Sim for the touchdown run after the catch, and it puts them with this extra point even with Carolina. 14-all. It's the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on 11 Sports. David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium. A touchdown by DR Sim goes the distance, and as you see in the chat there, DR Sim 80, Damon Simeon calling his own touchdown, said just know that the doctor will be making a house call, and making a house call he did indeed to tie the game at 14. Damon, good work, man.
Yeah, some great play. I mean, when he knows the plays that are coming out, he knows his team, and he really called that. He knew his player as well, making a huge play for 75 yards, running all the way to the end zone. Great. Now we have a 14-all game.
Lots of ways for these teams to get people to get involved with the SFL. You can get involved as a head coach, an offensive or defensive coordinator. You can put the plays in the playbook that the computer calls for this game. Really an awesome thing to do. As that incompletion was not very awesome from the Skyhawks. Cameron Walsh struggled to get his hands around it.
Yeah, all the room in the world really to catch that one. That's when you just have to shake your head. That could have easily been either a first down or just maybe a yard or two off, and instead it's just bobbled and dropped. Not what you want to see after Houston makes a big touchdown.
Receivers spread out wide for Sully Richardson, finding themselves knotted up with Houston here. Handoff Mercury off the left side with room. Mercury will pick up a nice 5-yard gain, and there is a look at Randy Mercury's average.
Yeah, Randy Mercury averaging 5.5 yards per carry, which is 2.5 yards greater than his season so far. You see, he's really improving upon himself, finding these openings, getting these blocks, and just improving as a team overall.
Out route here is caught and turned upfield for the first down. What a play for the Skyhawks. Bob Klein makes the catch and the first down run.
Yeah, great out route right there by Bob Klein. Just coming out, walking off to the side, tries to throw out the stiff arm, gets pushed out of bounds, but it doesn't matter. Got enough progression to get the first down, and we're seeing some real work right now by Carolina.
Klein, part of the James Klein family, which is all over this Carolina Skyhawks roster. Believe it or not, there are 4 different Klein members, not including the head coach, which would make 5 on this Skyhawks team. Out to Harish Prasad. That is good for 7 to midfield. Carolina has looked well-oiled and ready to go today.
Yeah, in the first half, besides their first real drive, they didn't get anything above 52, and now we're already seeing some real progression by them. So, it's great to see what they're doing.
In the backfield, handoff Mercury up the middle. Mercury popped. Not going to get to the first down marker. Was hit hard in the backfield by Van Der Esch.
Yeah, you're expecting your halfback who's been producing so well this game to really pick that up. I just give it to him again and see if he can punch it through with a nice power play, but we'll have to see what happens.
Third and 1, give to Mercury. That time he gets there. Got some good blocks by Tony Zoma, the fullback.
Yeah, you saw how all the blockers the line just collapsed and really opened up for him, and that was just some beautiful play calling right there, punching him right through, picking up extra yards too. They only really needed the 1, but got a few extra. Great play by Randy Mercury, who has 77 yards in this game so far. Shout out to Mark Lopez, and thanks for the stats.
You can go from couch to field. All you have to do is visit simulationfl.net. You can join our Discord server, use the introduction channel to let us know how you found us, and use the welcome channel to chat with us and ask questions. Deep shot here is incomplete. It was a 50-50 ball. They were trying to hit Dupree Hudson, and Anthony Wyo was there in coverage.
Yeah, Anthony Wyo, the free safety, hasn't really had anything to do with the air game so far, but has the 5 tackles. But that's a great pass deflect and just really interruption by him.
2nd and 10 at the 38. 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter in this back and forth dogfight between the Carolina Skyhawks and the Houston Hyenas. Sully Richardson, quick throw, picked off. Eddie two scoops Gage with the interception, and Houston takes the ball back.
You know, that was huge. It really looked like Eddie Gage was the intended receiver for that ball. Tack on a third interception on the season for him. You know, someone like a Hall of Famer, strong safety Eddie Gage coming out big this season, coming out big for Houston.
There is a look at the leading interception receivers. Aiden Davis, the rookie cornerback, in the top 5 with 4. Very impressive from the rook, but it's Eddie Gage who picks it off. Roy Brown, good for 6. Houston. Now they're tied here, Dan, and we talked about, you know, if they could even get back into it. Now, can they drive down the field and take the lead?
Yeah, we've been seeing some huge plays by both sides of the offense. As this second half has really been just popping off. You know, Leroy Brown just got 13 yards in this game so far, but maybe we'll see more of them as they're just trying to go to the air game for some big splash plays.
3 receivers, and the new tight end Dante Woodson on the line for Kentez Johnson. Fires on a corner route. That one's caught! Leroy Brown. They were able to float it over the head of Pruitt for the first time tonight, and Leroy Brown was the beneficiary.
Seems like they're turning it up, Andy, because, you know, as you just said, Daniel Pruitt has been stopping all of those this game so far, but, you know, they really aired it perfectly right there to Leroy Brown, bumping up his yardage to 38 this game, and it seems like Houston's starting to warm up.
The bottom of the screen here, Johnson fires across the middle. Oh, nearly taken away. Carolina would have loved to have had Willie Van Dyke wrap his hands around that ball.
Yeah, that was right at the knees of really everyone right there. If anyone had some lower perception, they probably could have grabbed it. So it was a real risky play as we're seeing just 3 defenders down the middle for 1 receiver.
2nd and 10 from midfield. 3 receivers split out. Kentez Johnson, I formation for Murray. Haven't used him much in this half, and Kentez Johnson is dropped. Carolina brought the blitz. They brought it home, and Phil Hall gets the sack.
Yeah, Phil Hall coming in, and that would be, he has 2.5 sacks now in the season. Remember to follow the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL.
3rd and a country mile. Kentez Johnson fires the out route, which is caught. A 10-yard pickup, but is not good enough for the first down. Leroy Brown the catch.
Yeah, after a big sack like that, I mean, the out route's been working for them, but they need something, you know, more down the middle, maybe a slant, I think, to pick up that first down. And instead, they're at the 4th and 5 on Carolina's 45, having to punt away.
So the Eddie Gage interception, good enough. 4 points for Houston. Their drive stalls out because of this stingy Carolina Skyhawks defense, despite a big Leroy Brown. This punt will get downed at the 3. Good job by Houston special teams. 14-all at David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium. It's the SFL presented by APM Music. Raleigh, North Carolina, Sully Richardson leads the offense back out onto the field, pinned near their own goal line. And we'll see what Houston does in terms of pressure. They give here to the back, and they will get out of the shadow of their own end zone. Randy Mercury will take him out to the 5. And until that last interception, Dan, Sully Richardson has been having quite a game.
Oh yeah, Sully Richardson having 157 yards this game with a 77.8% completion rate and a 100.2 QBR. He's bumping all his numbers, a 30 plus QBR on his average and adding 2 touchdowns. There's already 7.
The backfield, they give here to Mercury with a good block, and Mercury is out to the 14. Nice carry from Randy Mercury, who has also been a bit of a surprise today.
Yeah, Randy Mercury having 87 yards this game so far. I mean, he only had 371 going in, so he's really bumping up his numbers and having over double his average yards per carry this game.
We'll give to Mercury up the middle, and that is not going to work. I don't know if I like the play design there with Zoma running out of the left. But you can catch more SFL action all day tonight and all day 2 games at the 7 o'clock hour tomorrow and 1 at 9:30 Eastern, Tallahassee, Atlanta. That should be a Wild West shootout. And then tonight, Baltimore and Sioux Falls and Queen City and Vancouver. Some great games on the 11 Sports slate as they give to Tony Zoma, who picks up 2. Good carry by him. And I tell you what, I like to see them getting him involved as kind of a change of pace back, Dan.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of the times when you have this halfback fullback option, you can play a lot of mind games. Tony Zoma hasn't done much so far this season, but if they can really get him involved and mix him up, maybe some fullback passes, we could see some different production out of it.
In short drop, will fire the out route there. It's caught. Oh, tried to turn upfield, just didn't quite have the right footing. Was Cameron, Walsh there, who made the catch earlier in the game. And with 4:01, Carolina's drive stalls out.
Yeah, I like they're relying on the run, but I think they got to mix it up earlier. I'd rather see the pass, maybe on second down, see if they can go for it, and then maybe go back and see what they can do on third play and adapt it to that. Relying on the 2 run and then going for the pass just doesn't work out for them right now.
6th punt for the Carolina offense on 10 drives, so punting about 60% of the time as Josh Fed will get out to the 47. And I wanted to draw the users, everyone who's watching, attention, Dan, to the 3rd down play from both defenses has been incredible.
Yeah, no, I mean, when the defenses are showing up on 3rd down as big as they are, 14.3% for Houston and 36.4% for Carolina, that's big.
Definitely a game changer and a way for the defense to make an impact on the offensive side. Here's Murray out to the right. Murray with a block and a little bit of room will shake his way to the 40. I thought Carolina had him dead to rights in the backfield, but the Skyhawks couldn't get a full grasp.
Yeah, no, Warren Murray, as we're seeing in his replay, has some great blocks out there, really pushing everyone off the side, which opens up the field for him. He really got tackled from the 1 defender behind him, not so much just number 20 just blocking his path as a cone in the way.
2 set of downs here for Houston, 3 in the backfield. 4 down linemen. Carolina have 8 in the box. To Murray up the middle. Murray fights through that box, and for anyone who might not know, the box is the 4 to 7 yards immediately following the line of scrimmage, where essentially the defensive linemen and the linebackers stand, and Carolina filled it up, but Warren Murray ran right through it. Formation, plenty of guys on the line for Houston. They give a little power out to the left-hand side, and Warren Murray has the 1st down to the 28.
Yeah, this whole drive's the whole Warren Murray show, which isn't a bad thing, as they're really just controlling this clock as it's a tied score, making this forward progression as they're really knocking the door on the end zone. Warren Murray with 70 yards so far to this game, catching up right now to Randy Mercury, who is 87.
Split out. Johnson has 2 backs in the backfield to flank him for this shotgun snap. Short drop. They will check it down to the fullback. It is caught, but won't go anywhere. Jamie Aluwale is brought down at the 30 for a loss of 2. Good play by the Carolina team.
Yeah, and I would like to shout out again to Mark Lopez, our stats man, for providing our stats page. Remember, you can get involved too with the stats. Remember to go on the Discord server and DM Mark Lopez for more information.
And you can get involved plenty of ways in the SFL. You can join our beat writing team. You can join our broadcast team as Johnson flips it out to Murray here. Murray stayed in bounds and is able to pick up 5. Oh my gosh, talk about some guts.
That was some theatrical playing right there, Andy. All you saw was Kentez Johnson, running up, do really what looked like a jumping throw for Ward Murray to barely stay in bounds, picking up the 5, almost spin moving around, but just really getting wrapped up there. Great play right there by Houston.
It looked like Murray thought that he would run with it, and then at the last second kind of saw Warren Murray on the side out of the corner of his eye. And if they can pick this up, that might be the play of the game, especially if they turn this drive into some points. Here goes Kentez. Short drop, quick throw to the end zone, tipped up and incomplete. Daniel Pruitt makes another huge play for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, no, Daniel Pruitt, I mean, they've had 1 on him so far, but I mean, 1 out of 4 really isn't that bad so far. He really knows how to read this play when Leroy Brown's running on the out route on the far side deep, and he's got his hands on it always, which that's a touchdown saving deflect right there.
Going back to my earlier point, you can get involved in this league in multiple different ways. You can join our beat writing team and write articles which go on our official website. You can help a team out with their social media pages and run their Twitter or Instagram accounts. You can also get involved with the broadcast team and join us on TV calling live games, as well as join the stats team and help our broadcast teams out and get your name called out on TV. The Hyenas kick from 40 is good. They take the lead again, 17-14, as we go back and forth in Raleigh, North Carolina. Football League presented by APM Music back here on 11 Sports. 17-14, Houston has retaken the lead here in Carolina. They will kick back to the Skyhawks, who bring this return out across the 30. Still on his feet, Harish Prasad gets out to the 33, but I tell you what, Dan, surprised you about this Carolina offense the most today?
Yeah, no, Randy Mercury coming out huge and really just going above and beyond what he's currently been doing, 87 yards. And what I really want to talk about, the 6.2 yards per carry he has. So far this season, he's only been averaging 3.0 yards per carry, over doubling it. He's really showing a new side of himself and flipping over a new coin.
Out route there is caught on the sideline for a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, you see Walsh coming out here. I would like them to see maybe go out route, then something like down the middle with Mercury, and then having to adjust to see if they get that 3rd down or not.
Well, I think the other thing about Mercury to note is that he's doing it against the best defense in the SFL on paper.
Oh yeah, if he can do this against Houston, I would love to see what he can do against every other team.
Bunch formation. Here is Sully looking to throw, and they tried to one-hand the catch. Eddie Gage was looking for his 2nd interception there at the 36, but couldn't quite get it.
Yeah, Eddie Gage really reading that route and reading that ball. I mean, he already has the 3 tackles this season, or this game, my bad, with now a pass deflection and interception. He's really someone you got to watch out for in the strong safety.
3rd and 7. Carolina down by 3, trying to keep themselves in this game. 31 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Richardson will float this one out to Mercury, and Mercury cannot evade the 3 tacklers coming from Houston, and Carolina's drive stalls out. They will have to punt their 7th punt today.
Yeah, I mean, as we were saying earlier, not too long ago, their 3rd down percentage for both teams aren't going so well. It really seems like it's an all-or-nothing game where these big splash plays are making a difference, and that's what happens when you're up against the 1st and 4th best defenses in the league.
way. The punt will be the last play of the third quarter. Josh Fed with the return will bring it out to the 32. 17-14, Houston on top. The Simulation Football League live on 11 Sports. We'll be right back. And tonight's Simulation Football League broadcast on 11 Sports is brought to you in part by Nation's Best Football, helping NFL, college, high school, and youth players to help secure the bag. By ScoreStream, official live scoring app of the SFL. By Sector 6, custom esports jerseys and apparel and the exclusive SFL shop provider. And by Spygoat, dedicated to the craft of audio. Aerial shots provided to you by AirViews, united by Drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. Heading into the fourth frame of action, 17-14, Houston on top, and Dan, a Carolina drive stalls out, and they are going to have to go back on the defensive side.
Yeah, but the defense has really been showing up, stopping Houston to a 17, and Carolina producing up to 14 points against the number one defense is nothing to bat your eye at.
As fires, and that is complete there. First down yardage. Nice collection there by the new tight end, Dante Woodson, who just joined the team this week, coming off the street, off the couch, and onto the field. There's a look at all of the players who have gotten their names onto the field within 1 week, and you sitting at home can do so too. All you have to do is head over to simulationfl.net and then join our Discord server. Introduce yourself, let us know how you're doing, and we will do our best to get you onto a team as soon as we can. Murray is brought down at the 2, and I want to give some chat shout-outs here in the chat. We have a lot of people joining us, Ashley Jackson, Aiden Davis, Zane Doty, Damon Simeon, BJ Loveless, along with plenty of other people watching this game. Hello to everyone out there. Tristan Hatley, Anthony Wyo, Marcus Dunhill is here as well. Rochelle Colston, plenty of people, and you can get involved as well with the chat, twitch.tv/11 Sports Next. Warren Murray with that catch will go out. It'll be 3rd and 5, and I tell you what, Houston has struggled on 3rd down.
Yeah, right now, Houston's at 1 for 8 3rd down attempts with 12.5%. That is That's not where you want to be right now. I want to see them get the tight end who just got his first catch of his season, of his career. That is huge for their first down from the last part of this drive.
Wide receivers wide for Kentez Johnson. A little bit low of a snap. He throws the out route there. It's incomplete. Dropped on the outside by Leroy Brown. Daniel Pruitt in coverage, but I cannot believe that Leroy Brown dropped it.
Andy, I don't know if I've ever seen the bad Leroy Brown ever drop a ball like that before. That was just open. Pruitt was coming up and creeping, but nothing where he was really having any big pressure on him. That's a huge loss right there for Houston. Houston's
drive is canceled. They will have to punt back to the Skyhawks in a close game here in Week 7. Harish Prasad will bring that one out to the 20. And the Skyhawks offense comes back out on the field. Sully Richardson has been doing a really good job of spreading the ball around, but Harish Prasad leads the team in receptions.
Yeah, Harish Prasad with 103 yards this game so far. Dupree Hudson with 28, Jack Flash with 13, and then you have Randy Mercury with the 87. He has 4 receptions for 17 yards. I mean, we've seen a lot out of him.
If you're loving what you're seeing, there's plenty of SFL football coming throughout tonight and tomorrow night. Sully Richardson sacked. Houston brought the pressure, and they bring him down on the outside, or the inside. Mike Fats Johnson, his second of the game.
Yeah, Mike Fats Johnson, you know, he's coming in. He is a very, very big boy. 6'7", 320 pounds. This is his first season with the Houston. You know, he's coming from Las Vegas and Tallahassee. You know, he's just adding on to his sack total, and he's a big boy.
Better known as Defensive Line University here in the Simulation Football League. So many incredible defensive linemen have come out of the Tallahassee Pride team. Tyquan Hale, Mike Fats Johnson, just tons of talent there. EJ DeQ, tons of players who have made their star seasons in Tallahassee count, making their way to other teams. But now a 3rd and 10 for Carolina, still trying to get back in this game as time is ticking away. 8 minutes to go. Sully Richardson evades, throws, and that one was just a throwaway, and Carolina will punt.
Yeah, you see, Sully sort of had great pressure in the pocket, or great presence, my bad, knowing what's going on, but he just eventually threw it away. Not what you want to see when they're on 3rd and 10 and just having to get rid of it again, punt it away. They're down 3 points. Still plenty of time left in the game, but both teams' defenses have just been showing up.
Well, I tell you what, Dan, it's a lot better than throwing an interception or trying to force something late in this game. At least you have a chance for your defense here to have better field position than an interception, so they will punt it back to the 49. We will step aside, 17-14, Houston on top, they get the ball back. We're going back and forth in this one. It's the SFL on 11 Sports. In Raleigh, North Carolina. Dan, I tell you what, we not only have gentlemen in this league, but also a large female contingency of players. And on the Carolina side, Rochelle Colston is playing well today.
Yeah, Rochelle Colston with 6 tackles so far this game, 19 tackles on her season.
Oh, my.
Are
they calling that inbounds for Damon Simeon right on the sideline? Only his 2nd catch today. They're going to call that inbounds.
Andy, I kept talking because I thought that was way out. Oh, wait. But in the SFL, you only need 1 foot in. And that is a foot in as far as I saw.
Down completion to Damon Simeon. Mr. DR Big Play Sim, they should call him today. He's like a firecracker. He shows up and he's interesting to look at for the one time he's making the play, and then after that he goes a little bit dark for the rest of the game. Handoff here to Murray, and Murray will pick up 6 to the 26. There's a look at Warren Murray's numbers.
Yeah, Warren Murray, 75 yards on 15 carries. You know, he's averaging 5.1 yards per carry, which is huge. Going back to DR Sim, he only has 2 receptions this game, but has the most yards out of anyone else on the team right now with 95.
And 3 receivers wide for Kentez Johnson, 4 down linemen for the Skyhawks who are playing the end zone, not the sticks. Handoff to Murray, and he is dropped shy of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd and 2, a very pivotal 3rd down, Dan, because if Carolina can get off the field holding the Hyenas to 3 here, that would keep them in this game. If Houston could get more than 3, this would be a lot more pressured of a situation.
Oh, definitely. And the 3rd down percentage are showing, so let's see if they can make a change of pace.
Empty backfield for Johnson, looking to throw, pumps once, fires across the middle, caught! Leroy Brown to the 12, a 1st down for the Hyenas.
That's a huge, huge shift right there, Andy. You know, you got the nice slant, you got the 1st down, it's deep, you're in the red zone, and you're so close to bumping this up to a 2-score game. That's a 6:30 left. It's going to get ugly right now if they score.
6.5 to go here in the 4th and ticking. Johnson has a power eye behind him. 3 receivers spread wide. Carolina with a nickel look. The handoff goes to Murray up the middle, and Warren Murray will pick up 5 and continue to just eat this clock away.
Yeah, Warren Murray continuing his average right there as we see from couch to field.
Can join us in the Simulation Football League. You can go from sitting at home or sitting at the bar or wherever you might be watching today's broadcast to the field. You can do check-ins to increase your value for your first contract. Just go to simulationfl.net and join our Discord channel. Shavon Prasad in the backfield in a hurry drops Warren Murray. What a big play by Shavon Prasad.
Yeah, Shavon Prasad, the outside linebacker, really showing his presence. They know they want to punch through with Murray when they're this close. They haven't really done anything the close pass game besides maybe some Leroy Brown action. We'll have to see what they do.
Very vital 3rd down play here. Let's see if Carolina can get off the field. Johnson floats one back in the end zone, tipped up. Oh, and almost picked off Pruitt. Really would have sealed what a game he's having, but it's incomplete. Leroy Brown was the target.
Yeah, Daniel Pruitt, you know, he's been showing up on these deeper passes this entire time, just reading these routes, and it was a hard ball to catch, but all the same, great pass deflection, keeping them to a chip shot field goal right there. We'll see what happens, and you know, being down 6 points really isn't that bad with how this game's going, Andy.
And Tristan Hatley, a very important play for the Bucks team. He returns to Carolina after taking some time away. Actually played for this Houston Hyenas organization, now playing for Carolina, facing his old team for his old team. Kick is up for Houston. They will take a 20-14 lead with 5:10 to go. But Carolina gets the stop. A big play for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, great red zone defense right there by Carolina. They really knew what playbook Houston wanted to implement and put a great stop to it, keeping them to 3 and keeping themselves really in this game.
After the 8-play, 43-yard drive, the field goal is good, which puts Houston on top 20-14 over the Carolina Skyhawks. Harish Prasad on the return. Prasad still on his feet, shaking, tackles to the 41. An electrifying run from Harish Prasad sets the Skyhawks up with great field position.
Yeah, that was some great run playing right there by Harish. You know, he got through, he found his openings. He really just pushed through a few different tacklers with a spin move and just dragging them down with him. Setting up 41 yards, that's what they need right now, is it's really do or die. 5 minutes left with the first defense in the league. We'll see what Carolina can do.
All 3 timeouts here for the Skyhawks, all 3 for Houston as well. Twins to the top of your screen for Sully Richardson, who stands with Mercury to his right. Dump it off to Mercury, and Mercury is brought down by the first tackler there in the backfield. Good job on the Houston side.
Yeah, that tackler really was just dogging Mercury, my bad. Mercury and just waited for him to catch the ball and brought him down. Loss of 2. It's not how you want to start this drive.
Defense for Houston is by Eddie Gage, the defensive coordinator, trying to get a stop here. Deep throw caught on the outside. Harish Prasad picks up the first down yardage to the 47 right in front of the Skyhawks bench.
Yeah, real nice 10-yard out route right there by Harish. Found his opening. Sully just really dotted it to him. Picked up the first down. What they need, they just need to keep moving right now. Have something going, picking up the first downs. Right now, I don't think they care how they get it.
Mercury, the lone man in the backfield. 2 receivers split out. 4-3 look out of the Houston defense. Dumping it out to Mercury. Mercury with some room has the first down and is out of bounds at the 34. Nice play by Randy Mercury to find some space.
Yeah, great awareness by Sully Richardson right there as he just really took the field in. Saw Mercury was wide open with no one going after him and dumping it off to him so Mercury could get a nice, easy first down.
4:03 left to go here in the 4th frame of this game. It's been a battle back and forth between Carolina and Houston. And Houston right now sits on top, but the home team, Carolina Skyhawks, trying to get back into this one. Backfield, the give is to Tony Zoma up the middle, and Zoma picks up 4. Good carry by the fullback.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want out of your fullback. You know, a nice punch up the middle. He got up there. He got 4 yards, which really on this 2nd and 6 gives them a nice room just for different plays.
This is regular season Simulation Football League action, Week 7 game for anyone just tuning in, where all the players on the field are real players and you can be one too. Sully Richardson stands and delivers to Mercury off the left-hand side. Mercury, a first down stretch down to the 23. This is looking like the drive for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, no, I thought Mercury was going to be brought down right before the first down marker, but he really pushed through and just drugged the defender all the way with him. Sully Richardson, once again, really just looking for the openings right before he's probably about to be sacked.
Ends on the field. 2 receivers split out with Mercury in the backfield. Houston has walked up to the line. They bring a late blitz. Richardson hit as he threw, and it's incomplete. He was trying to just hit the receiver, Dupree Hudson, across the middle. Hudson couldn't quite haul it in, and it's going to be 2nd down.
Yeah, the pass was a little low, but you can't fault Sully Richardson for that one. He was getting hit. Really, I think that was the best he could do. They're at 2nd and 10. They still have plenty of time to move.
High formation for the Carolina Skyhawks from the 23. Under 3 minutes to play. They give to Mercury off the right-hand side with a block. Mercury will get out to the 20, and Dan, they need these 7 yards. It's getting real late in the game to settle for 3.
Yeah, right now I'd really question it. Clock's still running. Settling for 3 right now would be real hurtful. You just have to go for just some ugly stuff later on.
You can like the SFL on Facebook at facebook.com/SimulationFL. You can also like us on Twitter and Instagram. Our handles there are at SimulationFL as well. Richardson fires, first down catch. Huge completion. Dupree Hudson, the improbable first down grab, and the Skyhawks drive continues.
Andy, they got the 7. They're at the 10 now. Dupree Hudson coming up huge for this play.
Let's see if they take the snap before the 2-minute warning. They will not. That will take us to the break. 20-14, but Carolina driving in this one. The Simulation Football League on 11 Sports, presented by APM Music. Raleigh, North Carolina. Huge drive for the Skyhawks, trying to get back on top. Looking to throw out here to Zoma, and Zoma is clocked on the outside. Houston brought the hit. Everett Garrison brought the power. Some new faces in the chat on twitch.tv/11sports next as well. I don't recognize my wife, Kellen, or Packer Fred 38053, so welcome to you guys, as well as Matrix IX. Here is a run play from Mercury up the middle to the 7, and it's 3rd and goal, another important 3rd down, and I almost think it's 4-down territory here, Dan.
Oh, I would go for it in a heartbeat, Andy. I mean, they just made an improbable 7 last time for the first down. Let's see if they can get the improbable 7 for the touchdown.
Important 3rd down play. 3rd and goal from the 7. Richardson fires. Caught. Oh, he's in for the touchdown. Carolina strikes, and Harish Prasad has his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Andy, I don't have words right now. Harish Prasad, who is known on Carolina as the finisher, coming in big. He caught that ball, barely turned in, and with pending the extra point, puts Carolina up 1 point with a minute left in this game. This is some exciting SFL action right here, Andy.
Harish Prasad, 12 catches for 124 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the Carolina Skyhawks will try and add the pivotal extra point with 1 minute and 3 seconds to go. The kick is up and good for the Skyhawks. They take the lead at home, 21-20 over the Houston Hyenas. And for any of you who are loving this game as much as Dan and I are in the booth, there is more SFL action coming at 7:30. Baltimore will take on Sioux Falls. That's 7:30 Eastern. And then at 10 o'clock Eastern, the nightcap, Queen City in Canada to take on the Vancouver Legion. Carolina kicks it away. Houston on the return. We've seen Fed return 1 to the house today. Can he make it 2? He is off to the right-hand side. No, he will get out to the 30, though. 70 yards stand between Houston and the end zone, but they just need a field goal to take the lead here. 59 seconds, all 3 timeouts. It's time for the Carolina defense to go to work.
Yeah, you're going to have to see Carolina step it up. You've seen they're hungry. They haven't won a game yet this season, yet they're the number 4 defense in the league. You know they want it bad. Let's see what they do.
Kentez Johnson, 15 of 24, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Deep drop for Johnson. Fires deep down the field. Oh, and it's picked off! Unbelievable for the Skyhawks. Drug off the ground and intercepted. Carolina. Tristan Hatley has the pick.
Andy, was that did he go from the one? I need to see this replay. I swear it went from one receiver off one defender off the other. He caught it off the pass deflection.
The pass deflection for the Skyhawks turns into a Tristan Hatley interception, and I tell you what, in his first season back in Carolina, Damon Simeon has got to be on the sideline shaking his head that they let him walk, because he just picked them off late in this game, and they essentially just need a first down to win. As you see the chat reacting to both the interception and the touchdown on the right-hand side. Handoff Mercury up the middle. He is dropped, and Houston will use their first timeout.
You know, Andy, this has been a crazy defensive game, and now it's just huge plays, one after the other. Huge interception by Carolina. It's a massive game. If you want SFL action, make sure you join the Discord server at simulationfl.net for the website. You're watching 11 Sports. This is just crazy.
Still a chance for Houston to get the ball back. It's not all said and done yet. And Sully Richardson is going to throw. He fires, and it's incomplete. And so that will save Houston a timeout. An incredible play. Rodney Panini with the pass deflection. But interesting that James Klein and this Carolina team decided to go to the air.
Yeah, right now, I really think, you bank on Randy Mercury right now. He's got 93 yards on 17 attempts this game. If he gave him 2 good runs, he could have picked up the first down, but instead we're at 3rd and 10.
And that timeout could come down to be critical that Houston got to save in their back pocket. Mercury, the lone back in a 3-wide split. They'll give it to him. He is dropped well behind the line, a loss of 4. Houston will get this ball back we're not quite done, Dan.
No, not at all. You know, everything can change in but a moment. You know, they got to punt it back. You know, they'll have around 34 seconds with a timeout as Houston gets the ball back.
Will bring on the punting unit to kick it away. Houston will get the return, and then we'll have, roughly around 30 seconds to try and get down the field to use their one timeout. Bounce, and it's going to be down at the 30-yard or at the 6-yard line with 30 seconds to go. An incredible play by the Thompson.
Great call on the time there, Andy. Exactly 30 seconds left on the stop. They're at the 6. They have one timeout. Is it doable? Yes. Is it hard? Yes.
All right, here we go. 30 seconds to play. 3 receivers wide for Kentez Johnson. Gonna look to throw on first down. That is complete. They're gonna go hurry up. Save the timeout. Wide. Johnson flips it out to Murray, and let's see if he gets out of bounds. No, he spun back in bounds, and they're now down to 10 seconds. They're going to try and get everyone back to the line. Murray was a little bit slow to get to his feet. 6, 5, 4, 3, and they will use the timeout. This is going to be the last play for the Houston Hyenas.
They're at the 18. They got to dump it off right now. Damon is not looking happy. It is a rough place to be.
Well, this one's going to have to be a touchdown catch. Not enough time to make a grab, and then, even if you're on the sidelines, get out of bounds and bring on the kicking unit. So this one either goes to the house or it doesn't, and I would expect Carolina to defend it that way. They will drop everyone back fairly deep. Receivers to this near side for Kentez Johnson. He is 17 of 27 today. Short drop, quick throw to Sim. It is tackled in bounds, and Carolina has their first win at home. 21-20 over the Houston Hyenas. The Carolina Skyhawks have their first win this season, and it was a big one. Dan, what a game.
Andy, that was an amazing game. As we're seeing the stats, you're actually seeing them very similar. 217 to 211, 81 to 97, 298 to 308, and the time of possession was only about a 3-minute difference. You saw both teams really hunting, pounding, hungry for this game and for this win. Carolina not having a win this season, yet showing up big the entire time. They knew their defense was good, and what they did was they just utilized this offense. They used their tight end for some great blocks for Randy Mercury, who really was just pounding up his average. He was averaging 3.0 yards per carry before this game. In this game, he got 5.0 with 95 yards. But Sully Richardson really spread the ball all around the field. He himself had 210 yards with a 75% completion rate. He has the 3 touchdowns, only 1 interception, 100.7 QBR by the end of this game. Everyone came in big. You got to give it to Harish Prasad for that final touchdown catch, just driving it slightly over the line. Give it to him for that, bringing it up by 1 point at the end of this game. As you see him just barely above for that touchdown winning game right there. But I gotta give it to Houston. They're number 1 in defense for a reason. By the end of the game, their whole defensive core had 43 tackles with an interception, 2 sacks. You had Anthony Wild just come in big with the 7 tackles, with Rodney Panemi also coming with 7. Looking over at Carolina, they only had 25 total tackles. The biggest one was their free safety. We see Harish Prasad as the player of the game.
A first win for Carolina, and an incredible one for them. It's going to live in the memories of these players as they finally get a 1 in the win column. Carolina defeats Houston at home at David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium. For Dan Mitchell and Mark Lopez, I am Andy Hamilton. We want to thank you for tuning in to the SFL on 11. Plenty of more action coming at 7:30 and 10 o'clock Eastern tonight. Stick with us. It's the Simulation Football League.